Hey kids, I don't usually start a video with an apology and I don't usually record without Miss Jamie, but today's episode merits an exception to that policy because, as you're about to see, we continue to struggle with the technical aspects of our channel, and the very first review that you're about to see, which is the review of Dinner on the Train at Cuyahoga Falls Scenic Railroad, which was awesome. When we set up the shot, I was slumping on the couch because I was full from a delicious dinner, but for some reason when we turned on the camera, I defaulted to my presenter pose, so I sat up. So my head is cut off for part of that, and it's like my torso is talking to you, so I apologize for that. And then the second thing that we need to apologize for here, and again, I really don't know what happened. After we left one of the attractions that we left, we did record in the car, or at least we thought we did, our impressions of the experience, but neither Miss Jamie or I can find any evidence whatsoever of that video recording. So we had a strategic meeting and we talked about, like, do we just scrap this episode? Do we keep going even though it's probably the weirdest, least polished episode we've ever put together? And we decided we still think there's some moments in here that are gonna make you kids laugh. And for those of you who live in Ohio or for some reason are thinking of visiting here, it's gonna give you at least a meaningful review of the experience so that you can maybe make decisions whether or not you want to go. So, that being said, we'll go ahead and jump right into it. And again, really sorry kids. We were definitely on the technical struggle bus this particular episode. Kids, who's ready to adult?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No.
It's Friday and we're coming to you live from Cleveland, Ohio, where Miss Jamie just rode a train for the very first time.
I did. It was so much fun. I had so much fun. I loved it. It was awesome. It was an older train and we got to have dinner. We had 4-course meal.
4 courses.
It was fancy.
That's why she's hiding her tummy under a pillow right now.
So we dressed up.
We did.
I got sparkles.
She does.
And we actually met a couple we had some fun, like they were from North Dakota.
Yes.
And they were awesome. I loved it. It was really slow.
It was a very slow moving train.
Very slow train. I could have walked beside it.
Yes.
But the whole atmosphere was awesome. Like, I'm a Harry Potter freak and I like Polar Express, and it just kind of gave me those vibes. I loved it. Every minute of it.
And if y'all want to do it, if you're local to the Ohio area or you're looking for a fun road trip, we were at the Cuyahoga. Okay, pronounce it for me.
Dear Lord.
Okay, I ain't from these parts.
She ain't from these parts, so she gonna be like Cuyahoga. Cuyahoga.
That's where we were. Scenic Railroad.
Yes. By the Cuyahoga.
Yeah, by that river. Which is where the railroad is.
Yes, it was. Yes, you guys should go. It's so much fun.
And it goes through the state park.
Yes.
And we did the Dinner on the Train experience, but they have a lot. There's a murder mystery on the train experience.
That one would be fun too.
There's just get drunk on the train. There's like a bar car experience.
Yeah. It was like a wine thing, but yeah, you're too young. But anyways, the murder one sounds fun though.
Yep. And then there's just scenic day trips and stuff too.
Yeah, I'd wait until fall. But it was nice. It was really nice. I loved it.
I just love trains.
Like, I got to do the check off my bucket list.
And I didn't even know she hadn't ever been on a train when we planned this particular excursion.
Nope. Yay! She's so awesome.
Aw, shucks.
I can't wait to see what else we got going on.
I know, so stay tuned because you'll see footage from the rest of this particular road trip.
We're not done.
Very very shortly. But okay, Miss April in real life here, trying to kind of remember exactly what we thought. So we really enjoyed the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It was a really cool experience. For those of you who live in the Pacific Northwest, or if you've ever visited Seattle, then I would liken it to the Experience Music Project, which I don't think it's called that anymore. I think it's called Pop Culture Museum or something to that effect, but y'all know what I'm talking about. It's by the Space Needle. It's a very similar feel for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you're a Beatles fan, now is the time to go, because the majority of the exhibits and the on-site experiences are definitely Beatles related. But I think what Miss Jamie and I thought was the coolest thing about the whole experience was just some of the memorabilia that's in there, like handwritten lyrics from Prince, or getting to see the dress that Stevie Nicks wore on the cover of Fleetwood Mac's Rumors was just absolutely outstanding. Or Miss Jamie and I got really excited in the hip hop section because we're both 90s hip hop girls, and like it was so exciting for me to see Biggie Smalls like jersey, because oh my god, like I knew he was a big fella, but to actually see his clothes like in real life. We saw Busta Rhymes, one of his jerseys, like it was just absolutely breathtakingly spectacular. There's a lot of really fun things for families to do too. So the second floor of the museum has an area that they called the garage, and basically you can go up to the garage and play any instrument that you want and record yourself playing any instrument that you want. And they have helpers and tutors up there. There's electric guitars, there's acoustic guitars. I don't know if they were children's guitars or ukuleles. I didn't investigate. There's drum sets, there's keyboards, bass guitars. Just think about any of the standard equipment that might be in a rock and roll band, and you can go up there and get in a sound booth and play with it. And then if you want, you can come up with a band name and create a little sticker, and there's a whole hallway of just different band name stickers that people have created, and then once you create it, you stick it to the wall. It's just a really, really cool experience. You just walk in and you're just immersed in it. If you're a Pink Floyd fan, they do have an exhibit based around the wall if you ever want to feel like you're walking onto that album cover in real life. You can get that kind of experience here, as you saw in the footage. But it's just not very crowded. It's a very dark museum, so I will say that's another big contrast between, again, the only other one that I have to compare it to, which was the EMP in Seattle. That embraced light and playing with light, whereas the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame very, very much feels like you're out at night going to a bar or going to a show. Like the whole museum experience is very dark. And there are a couple of displays that are timed, so you can't hang out in front of those displays for longer than that particular timer. Obviously, those are some of the most popular displays, so I'm assuming they've got that there for operational workflow reasons. But Miss Jamie thought it was really cool. I thought it was really cool. We didn't rush through that museum. We took our time, and we just really savored the experience, and that was the only normal thing that we would go and see that day. And you're about to go see where I dragged her later that day, but it actually turned out to be both weird for one of them and pretty cool for the other. You'll see. Just went to Dave Grohl Alley. Would you like to share your impressions?
It wasn't okay. So you would think that it would be like a place like you can park and get out, and, like in the middle of town or the city or something. Kind of cool. It was
an actual
alley.
Yes.
Like,
In use.
yes. And there was some art.
There was some art.
Some of it was kind of cool. Some of it was kind of cool. I didn't realize that those were the drumsticks.
I didn't think they looked a whole lot like drumsticks.
No,
If I didn't know what I was looking for, I don't think I would have.
No, I thought it was like just two pieces of wood that you could like sit on, like at a park, you know? But it was just,
That
it
is what
worked.
it looked like. Yeah, yeah.
Like, that's all it was. I mean, it's cool that they came up with that.
Because he's from Warren, Ohio, Dave Grohl is. And I thought we'd see some like little memorial, like flowers or something left for Taylor
Yeah.
Hawkins, right? Was that his last name, Hawkins?
You would think. There was really,
There, nothing.
yeah. I mean, it was cool
Yeah,
for what it was.
but maybe not worth a trip on its own. Like if it's
No.
on the way back from something and it's convenient to get there,
Yeah.
maybe go for it and park in the Burger King parking lot is what we would recommend.
Yeah. And don't go down the alley.
Yeah.
If your GPS tells you, if they say turn right, don't go down the alley. It's not a drivable alley, but
Yeah.
we did.
Yeah, we drove down it because we did not know better.
So yeah,
That was exciting.
it was exciting.
It was very exciting.
As we had a couple guys just in there watching us, like, what are
Staring
you
at us like, what are you doing, crazy ladies?
Yeah,
We don't know. Yeah.
it was cool for what it was.
For what it was, yes.
But don't just make a day trip out of it. Like,
Yeah.
like she said, if you're on your way somewhere and you can do like a drive-by, that's fine. Because it's an alley.
Right. Just a well-decorated alley.
Alley.
Yes.
And it's a city alley.
Yes.
Like, it's an alley.
Yes.
That's all I can say. Yeah. Mhm.
Yep, but
Okay.
you know, yeah, we totally capped off our rock and roll day. Woo!
We're done.
Yeah! All right. Well, bye, kids. We love you. See you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, kids.
Hey, kids. So we just went to the Troll Hole Museum.
It was awesome.
It was beyond our expectations. It was spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
Never learned so much about trolls and all the different kinds and
It was, yeah.
crazy.
And I would recommend you get the guided tour, right?
Yes.
Because I thought the tour guide was awesome.
Yeah.
And just, it's the cheeky humor, no pun intended, like the Barbie inside joke.
Yes.
Hilarious.
That's awesome.
Hilarious.
I just couldn't. Over 9,000 trolls.
Unique trolls.
We learned that they could look the same, but if their hair color was different or if their
Belly
outfit, yeah, like they had the jewel belly button ones. I had those,
Yeah.
and the little pencil tops. Oh, I used to have those too. And they were made of like wool. Like back in the day when they made them, they were made out of all like nature stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and the lady who owns it has a YouTube channel, which
Yes.
we will put a link in the description to. We didn't even know, so we're going to have to look her up. She wasn't there today, but
We're
it
definitely.
appears that she's quite a character, and I can't wait to watch her videos.
Me neither. And if you guys are ever up in this area, Alliance,
Yeah, Alliance is where we were.
okay, if you're ever in that area, you have to go to that. It
Yes.
is awesome.
Yes. I would actually recommend it over the Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Museum. I mean, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
I mean, that was a great experience too.
It was.
But it
This
doesn't hold a
was like-
candle to the trolls.
Yeah. There is nothing.
And I never thought I would say that literally ever.
There was like what 6 rooms?
No, she said 14 or
Oh,
something
we went.
crazy.
Okay. There was
Yes.
a lot of rooms and all different kinds of trolls. You're thinking of like the cutesy
Yes.
bootsy trolls, but they're
Life-size trolls.
It was amazing.
creepy trolls.
I loved it.
It was really awesome. It was a great way to end our day.
Yeah, I want to go back someday. I think I will.
Yes. Oh, you totally have to take your son there.
Yeah, he'll love it. That one room was all pink and like the cloud that was over top. Okay, sorry, I got excited.
It was amazing, guys.
It was awesome.
Yeah.